Hello traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again today with another 7 trades. Today's date is November the 6th and I'm using my Mega Scalper trading system. This one uses the Heikin-Ashi candles along with the arrows. They're called the super signal indicator. Has some moving averages, and this moving average right here is the Mega Scalper. It changes from red to blue. Down at the bottom we have some oscillating indicators. Now you will get an audio sound and this pop-up box right here suggesting to buy and or sell. Now as you can clearly see that the Forex pairs, the ones at the top here, they move a lot less and of course they pay a lot less. Whereas the futures and the indexes, they will move a lot more and of course pay a lot more. Now every morning at 6 o'clock, right where this vertical line is, I try to get in front of the computer trading the continuation of the London session moving into the New York session. And of course then I'm looking at my daily trade plan. And of course once I make a decision I want to be buying and or selling, I'll manually put in this white arrow. Now here's my daily trade plan. It's running in real time. It's checking time frames from the monthly right down to the 30 minutes. And then after it does some calculations within the comments here, it'll either say look for bearish trades, bullish trades, and some will be preferred and some are just kind of running flat. You have to wait for a direction. Now if you're trading without any kind of a daily trade plan, well, that's at least one good reason why you are struggling. Now if you have any questions regarding this daily trade plan, well, just get in contact with me. Now we can run a check on these trades. I sold them all except for the one at the top here, the dollar CAD. I bought it. And I thought it was going to continue to go up more so, but I was a little bit late joining the movement, so it ended up just being a very small loss. And that's what my mentor told me many years ago. Keep your losses as small as possible and let your winners run. So on this dollar CAD, we're going to drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. Now at one point I was making right in here, but I had some distractions around the house. I didn't catch it. I would have closed it out on this red candle, and I did have a stop loss in of a few pips. Let's see, dollar CAD. Okay, got in at this cursor. Could have made 12 or 13 pips, but it looks like I lost 9 pips. So that's a negative 9 pips, and that's why you see a negative $71. And obviously getting in at either this arrow or this arrow would have been a much better plan. But again, I started my trading a little bit on the later side, like just before 9 and one couple after 9 a.m. Not a big deal. You can trade anytime, London, New York. Look at even in the Asian last night right here on this blue arrow. Look at that move right there. It's 96 pips. So you can trade my system any time of the morning, afternoon, or night. Whenever you feel like trading, the market is always producing pips and or ticks. Okay, let's move on to the winning trades. First one is the pound Swiss. I sold all the rest of them, so let's see. Let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. The scalper was red. We had some red arrows here. The daily trade plan. Everything was good to go. So I took the trade at this point and I closed it out. Since I'm only looking for 200 and or more pips and or ticks, I closed them all out. Or at this point, just being happy. Looks like well, the nine pips that I lost on the dollar CAD, I got it right back. So that's plus 9 pips paying out $102. Remember, there's 5 things you're going to need to succeed at trading, and I list those 5 things right below this video in the description. And obviously, one of the more important things that you'll be needing will be a lot of education, which I can provide you with a lot of education. Okay, moving on to the next trade, which is the pound dollar. Pound dollar pays $10 for each pip. So looking at the money, this should be 15 pips. So let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. And I'm glad I closed out the trade, because if I didn't, I would have a losing trade rate at this point in time. So I took the trade at this point, locking in 15 pips. There it is right there. And that paid out $150. Okay, moving on to the next trade. Now the rest of the trades, they're futures. The indexes, as I mentioned, they move a lot more, as you can see, and they pay a lot more. Okay, here we go. S&P 500, it's over here. So let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. So I wanted to be selling it. Basically, I was trading just a pullback. I teach exactly how to trade this way within the training videos. So scalper was red. That was my first clue, along with the red arrow. So I sold it here. And it does pay $5 for each tick. Took the money divided by 5, and the calculator says it's approximately 217. There it is right there, 217 ticks, and that paid out $1,087. Remember, trading is very difficult, and you have to think like you're learning to become a doctor or lawyer, and you should be getting education every 2 or 3 months. And eventually, with enough education and experience at trading in a demo account, remember, you have to trade in a demo account before you go live. And at that point, eventually, you'll start to see success. So let's see now. Moving on to the next trade, which is gold. Gold pays $10 for each tick. So looking at the money, this should be a 117. So let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. And by the way, there's been some huge moves within the market, Forex and futures, because of the, obviously because of the elections in the US. From there to there is the daily range, and look at how much further it went. Now I knew at this point I wasn't going to get another 100 or more ticks. Well, actually I did get 117, but when it's moved this much, you got to keep a closer eye on it and just grab some profits and close out your trade. So let's go and look for those 117. Would have been much better getting in way at the top here or here on this arrow. But anyhow, there's another arrow right here. It's hard to see, but there's an arrow there. So let's see, 117. It's going to be hard to get it right on, but it is 100. Oh, my mistake, not 117. Yeah, 117. That's 118. It's going to be hard to show it right on, but it is 117 ticks, paying out $1,175. Another tool I recommend you get your hands on, it's called the FibMaster tool. You would just click on this button right here. You would go from swing high to swing low. There's your pullback during the London session. So if it generally hits any of the entries, it'll usually make it at least a target 2, 3, 4, 5. And on this day, it actually hit target number 6 and went a little bit past it. So obviously the very best location to pull the trigger is right in this area. But I was sleeping at this time, so can't do much about it if you're sleeping. It's a great tool to have. The reason why it works is that millions of traders all over the world use Fibonacci. If you want to get some more information, well, look right below this video, and it's one of the 4 packages, or you can also just get in contact with me. Moving right along to the next trade is the Russell. Another one I sold it, so let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. Arrow from the daily trade plan here, super signal here and here, and Russell pays the same $10 for each tick, so this should be 139. So let's go and find those 139 from there to there. There it is right there. 139 ticks, paying out $1,390. Moving on to the last trade, which is the DAX 30. Now in the DAX 30 here, pays $3.75 for each tick, so I took the money, divided it by 3.75. Calculator says it's 560. So let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. If I stayed in a trade, I would have made a lot more. But when I closed out the trade, I knew I was going to be well over 200 pips and or ticks. So I took the trade here, and we're looking for 560. Another one that's not going to be able to show right on. But down to the bottom here is over 2,000. As I said, 560. That's as close as I'm going to be able to show. And those 560 ticks paid out $2,100. Down at the bottom, I would have made about 4 times that amount. So you can clearly see that this DAX 30, when it moves, you're going to get a huge payday. So another great day of trading using my Mega Scalper. I knew it was going to be over 200 pips and or ticks. Grand total came to 1,048, and all of those pips and ticks, they were mostly ticks, paid out, even with my loss here. Remember, that was negative. It ended up paying out $5,933. So if your system's not producing like my Mega Scalper, well, I recommend you get your hands on it. And don't forget about the daily trade plan, and don't forget about the FibMaster tool. Can show you that fib tool one more time. You would click on the tab right here. You go from a swing high, the first one, not the second one, to the swing low. There's your pullback. It hit entry number 2 right here. So getting in anywhere around this area, so any of the entries, and it'll usually hit at least target 2, 3, 4, 5. And on this day, it actually hit target number 8 right here. It does have a grand total of 10 targets. There it is right there. So it's a great tool to have, as it will force you to trade the right way as opposed to trading the wrong way. So if you have any questions, well, just get in contact with me, and that's very easy to do. All you have to do is look right below this video. You'll see in the description my contact information, and plus a lot of other information. Now you can pick up the phone and call me directly. And in 20 years of trading, I found it very, very difficult to talk to the person who's selling the system and actually selling, not only selling the system, but trading the system, which is what I do. I trade the system, and I am obviously selling the system. So I can easily answer most of your questions. So you just pick up the phone and call me directly. And of course, if you live too far, well, you can send me an email. Now, I really do prefer Skype. Made it easy for you. There's a link below the video here. Skype, all you got to do is click on it. It's a Skype invite. We'll have a Skype connection, and at that point, should be able to answer most of your questions. Also in the description, you'll see 4 different packages. And as I mentioned many times, you will be needing a lot of education. I recommend getting as much education as what you can possibly get your hands on. And I made it so that if you buy 2 packages, I'll give you one of the other 2 packages for free. So we're over 15 minutes now, so it's definitely time to wrap up this video. And of course, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trading day and video, I want to wish you good luck with your trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.